Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to Leisure Bit. And today we're coming to you from Aira Force near Ullswater, and then we're off to the quiet site very shortly. After leaving Kendal, we headed to Aira Force at Ullswater to have a walk around and have a look at Aira Force waterfall. There's a charge for parking, but if you're a member of the National Trust, you can scan your QR code and get free parking there. There's a National Trust Information Centre and also a café. As you head out of the car park, there's a track to follow, which takes you to the various woodland trails. In the main, it was pretty good tracks to walk along, so fairly easy walking. There are some steps to climb in certain parts of it, and there's a number of tracks that go off to different directions. So just behind us there you can see Aira Force. Unfortunately the viewing platform's closed at the moment due to a tree fall, but that gives you a quick view of it just in the background there. You can see there where the access is closed off. Again, hopefully it'll be open in not too distant future and everyone can get to have a look again. We had a quick look around just above Aira Force, which was nice, and there was various tracks and trails heading off that way. There's a quick look down, looking over the edge. I didn't want to go too close, I didn't fancy falling in, but quite magnificent, I think, especially if you could get down to the bottom and have a look at it. Roxy enjoyed herself as well and had a nice splash around in the water before we headed back down over the bridge. Once we'd made our way to the bottom of the tracks, Roxy decided it was time for another paddle. So we just wanted to say thank you to Trev and Sue from Poshcats Camping, who gave us the inspiration to come here. We saw it in one of their vlogs and looked like a great place, and it's a great day for it. So thanks guys, appreciate it. So we then made our way back to the car park.
What a great little walk around Aira Force this morning in the sun. Beautiful.
It's a shame we couldn't get down to the bottom for the best view of it. So now, onward. Pick the road up in the direction of Glen Ridding and we take a right at the Brackenrig Inn. The road's quite narrow and there is a second turn off a little bit further along, as you can see here. There's only a couple of passing places, so it's a little bit tricky. Especially if you've got a very big vehicle. And then we arrive at the site, we checked in and we were shown to our pitch, which was really nice, and it's just the one on the left coming up here. So pulled onto the pitch and got set up. And today we're at the quiet site, which is just above Ullswater in the Lake District. So let's take a look around. So the pitch had a 10 amp electrical hookup and a water point on the pitch we were on. So just back down at the entrance to the site here with some nice views towards Ullswater, and then just walking up in the direction of the reception and shop. There's various facilities on the site, including a dog and a boot wash, the usual chemical waste point, a motorhome service point recycling area. So let's take a look in the dog and boot wash. You don't normally see one of those. So there's a washing area and also a small bath, so there we go. There's also a dog walk on the site which takes you down in between some fields and then you can head off further across into open moorland from the end of the dog walk there. There's a recreation area, some picnic benches and also a children's play area. There's also some outdoor seating areas just near where they serve their pizzas and other food. And the facilities block was very clean and to a very high standard. There was even one with a bath in it if you fancied taking a bath. A bottle of local beer from the shop, and it was the Quiet Pint. And there's a quick shot of the pizza place on the evening, and also some of the prices and serving times. We'd ordered pizza and then collected it and ate it in the quiet bar with Rachel's dad and Sheila, which was really nice, lovely, delicious. The quiet site was also very eco-friendly and supplied the pizzas on a plate which you returned later, and there was lots of recycling and reuse, which was great to see. Before we arrived at the quiet site, we visited Rheged, which is just on the corner on the way down, before you head down the road towards Pooley Bridge. There's a range of specialist shops, a café and even a cinema in Rheged, and it's nice to have a little bit of a look around, and it killed a bit of time for us while we were waiting for the check-in time at the quiet site, so let's take a quick look around. There's normally plenty of spaces in the car park, and there is an overflow bit at the bottom of the car park which is quite convenient for your campervan or motorhome. We parked in a new car park that was just next to the junction where you'd go left to Pooley Bridge or right and kind of straight on along the lakeside. And that was quite handy because it was nice and spacious, so great for your campervan or motorhome. There are charges for parking there, and you can walk along to Pooley Bridge. You also get a nice view of the lake just across the road. There's the path down in the direction of Pooley Bridge, and let's just take a look at the view you get if you just cross the roads there. It's a nice view down Ullswater there. Sometimes you can see the steamer going past as well. We'll cover Pooley Bridge and Ullswater in another vlog in the future. So that concludes our quick tour, and then we headed back to the site, and unfortunately on the Sunday morning it was time to go, so we set on our journey after a really enjoyable stay at the quiet site in Ullswater.
I've heard about this site over the years and I've never ever been before, so this was my first visit, and I loved it. It was really nice. I love the Ullswater Pooley Bridge area. There's a lot to see and do there. The site itself, the facilities were exceptional. The toilets were huge, clean, and I've got to say beyond warm, it was almost subtropical in them. The bar, fabulous. Seeing my dad and Sheila, brilliant, amazing, and the pizzas, mwah, really recommend them. Lovely dog walk for Roxy. I think from an accessibility point of view it is a bit like Castlereagh Hall. There are some steep hills, as you'll have seen on the footage, but all in all, lovely site.
So would you go back?
I would, absolutely, yes, I would go back 100%. What did you think of the site?
Yeah, it's a nice site. I went there years ago in the caravan, and that's what was be coming up for nearly 2 decades ago. And I think it's developed a lot since then. I think there's more on it. There was some interesting holiday accommodation up at the top, some quite modern things, and hobbit holes I think they call them, which was quite interesting. As Rachel said, the pizza was delicious. And we ate it in the one of the, when you go into the bar there's different offshoot rooms in there, so if you go in and you think crikey the main bit's full, there are little rooms off it which was quite interesting. So we went and ate the pizza in one of those rooms and had a drink. They weren't actually doing food in the bar at the time, but I believe once season gets into full flow they do bar food as well as the pizzas. But say if you go in certainly for a few days, definitely recommend trying those pizzas because they're lovely.
They do their own local beer as well,
yes,
don't they?
They do. Yes, it was we had a bottle of the Quiet Pint, I think they call it, which was very nice.
It was
definitely
beautiful.
Worth trying, and there was a couple of others that you could choose, but I went for that one because it was the most local to the site. So yeah, that was good. So the only other thing to point out with the site is it's quite a way out from Pooley Bridge or Glenridding if you're wanting to actually go into the centres, and unless you walk around the kind of the walking routes, you can end up walking along what's quite a busy road. So it's just worth bearing in mind that. The other tip as well is, if you follow the directions, the first turning up that your sat nav will probably send you down quite a narrow road for quite a long way. And when we were on the way, someone was coming the other way. Fortunately got past, no problem, but it is quite a tight road if you've got a big vehicle. I think they try and send round there to give a bit of a one-way system, but if anyone's coming the other way, there are very limited passing points, and at times, you know, you'd struggle to get a bicycle past you, and that's not keeping the 1.5 metre distance, that's actually keeping 1.5 inch distance on that one. So that's the next turning along at the Brackenrigg Inn, I think it is. Along there, if you take the second turning anyway, it's a much wider road, and there's only a short bit that's narrow there. But again, be careful, because I think there's a sign at the site to say to turn right to move out of it, so you're more likely to meet traffic that way. But on the main bit, plenty of room to pass. So yeah, definitely good. Enjoyed Aira Force as well, and thanks again to Trevor and Sue from Poshcats for that recommendation, because it was a lovely place, and I haven't been there for years, and it was great to go back. It was a shame the bridge had been damaged by a tree fall in the recent high winds, so we couldn't get right down at the bottom, but still a really lovely walk and definitely worth calling in. If you're in the National Trust, don't forget you get free parking there as well, but you have to press the yellow button to get a ticket out the machine, and you have to scan your QR code on your National Trust card there. So there we go, that's the quiet site near Ullswater.
And would you go back?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes, yeah, it was quite a vibrant site as well. I think it's probably the most kind of vibrant one we've been to. I
think because it's such a mix of like the hobbit holes and the pods, camping, statics, then there is quite a vibe about the place, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which was nice. I enjoyed it, and especially with having the pub on the site, a lot of people got together and we got chatting to quite a lot of people, so it was nice.
Yeah. So we'll leave it there then. Thank you for watching.
I hope you've enjoyed it,
and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.